Here are 5 tiny-ish habits to become more secure in 2026. This is based on my healing journey and going from having an anxious attachment style to becoming more secure. First habit is to self-regulate consistently, not only when triggered. What we practice every day, we become. So when you practice self-regulation every day, you are setting yourself up for security, especially if you do the first thing in the morning, and over time, you are going to identify with yourself as someone secure. Your decisions, your behaviors, your choices in life are going to reflect this calm, peaceful, loving state that you intentionally put yourself in when you self-regulate. This does not have to be complicated. A few breaths in the morning, a few minutes of meditation first thing in the morning or the last thing before you go to bed could be a world's difference between being anxious and being secure. What I like to do when I don't have a long time to meditate is 10 deep explosive breaths to calm my nervous system down, and then I would splash some cold water on my face to increase my distress tolerance. The second habit to become more secure in 2026 is to, and I know this may sound like duh, but is to tend to the basics. Sleep well, nutrition, some movement. I cannot tell you about the impact of less sleep or bad quality of sleep on my mood, on my state. So always make sure that you're not sacrificing any of the basics, especially when you are in a relationship, because people with an anxious attachment style, they have a tendency to lose themselves, especially when they are with someone else in a relationship, because they want to give it their all. They forgot about their needs and sometimes even their basic needs. Put your phone on silent when it's time for you to sleep. You don't have to reply to his text instantly. You don't have to get the call back right away. Take time for you to disconnect and to tend to your body. Habit number 3 to become more secure in 2026 is to get in touch with your body and to ask yourself, especially when you're not feeling well, ask yourself, how do I feel? And then what do I need to feel better now? Times when I'm having a bad day or feeling, triggered, I'd ask myself that question, and the answer would be like, okay, I need a few minutes of disconnecting, taking a few deep breaths or meditating for a few minutes. So I would do that. Sometimes it's all about drinking something, because water is very important. Sometimes it's all about sleeping, So make it a habit in 2026 to ask yourself, how am I feeling and what do I need right now to start feeling better? Habit number 4 to become more secure in 2026 is to celebrate small wins. This helps you to produce more dopamine, to feel so much better about yourself. You are far more successful than you give yourself credit for. Again, this is something that anxiously attached people struggle with. They don't appreciate their own value. They don't feel worthy in who they are, and that's why they tend to sacrifice and give way too much. But when you make it a habit to acknowledge yourself when you do something good, to acknowledge yourself when you show up at work, at home, for your friend, you are building up this self-worth muscle. Remember how much you achieved, how much you endured in the past, all of the challenges, the difficult moments that you picked yourself up from and you kept going. This also helps you to increase your distress tolerance. You know that no matter what gets thrown your way, you will handle it. You will find a way out of this because this is who you are. And habit number 5 to become more secure in 2026 is to say no. Say no to things, to people, to relationships that don't serve you anymore. Just attached people are people pleasers. We have difficulty saying no to people because we don't want to disappoint them. We want everybody to think that we are good people, that we care, that we show up. We would jump through hoops, kill ourselves for external validation. This should go out of the window in 2026. I'm not kidding. Stop people pleasing, because this comes from a place of insecurity. It does not come from a place of good intention. I know that helping people feels amazing, feels good, but only when you do it from a secure place, but not at the expense of your own peace and well-being. The amount of pride and self-respect and dignity that you are going to feel when you say no to what does not serve you anymore in 2026 is indescribable. It's going to make you feel so much power. Now, granted, in the beginning, you're going to feel a little bit weird because you would not be comfortable, or you're not used to saying no, because you would be giving from a place of being full, from a place of confidence, rather than from a place of fear, of insecurity, and wanting, needing other people's validation for you to feel good about yourself. And finally, if you are ready to take action and you need the whole map to go from anxious to secure, you can click the link in the description below to schedule a call with me. We're going to talk about the specifics of your situation, and then we can decide if it's a good fit for us to work together. Even if you don't, you're going to get so much value out of this call. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. If you have any questions, also make sure to watch the next video coming up. I know it's going to be helpful. Be kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.